I feel like that's...
Even against Doom.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
All right.
Why not? Well, because Doom locks her down.
She does.
Sacrificial, that is just too sacrificial. At some point, you are going to want boots. Just saying.
Yeah, and I mean, he'll be the tome hero, but he still needs to get up to, like, 4.5 or whatever.
Yeah. And now, initiation coming his way. The Soul Catcher is there. Kaka will have a stun. Couple of right clicks. This very well could be the first blood drawn by Moogie.
In the tower, but it was shoved out there by the Firestorm.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant, not sure where they rotated next with that Sand King and the Shadow Demon, though. No vision up there, so they're scanning their own mid, worried they're wrapping around on G.
Yeah.
Which is what you'd think they would do, to be honest. Bottom lane, they're on KP, though.
In pretty deep. TP on the way. He's already used the Hoof Stomp. No stick on KP, but he does have the Mango. Shadow Demon with a disruption. Doom can't quite find KP in the trees. Great footwork there from the Centaur. But now Faith going to be left behind, it looks like. TP on the way in. Queen of Pain ready to turn this around, and it's Beaver. They're going to build a dam out of his corpse.
I would think, like, once your glaives are really up, I don't think it's too much of a concern until you're, like, maxing out your glaives, so...
Yeah, but I mean, she's already level 7, so that's going to be maxed out next. This will hold that thought as up top. Warlock initiated on again. Luna finding the kill, but these Fatal Bonds set it up, and 2 fall. Shadow Poison's coming out. Actually, 3 stacks on Beaver as Luna rotates in. Moogie almost with that Mask of Madness, as you were talking about. And now level 7, Eclipse, Lucent Beams, ready to go. Illidan needs to be a little bit careful here. There is a lot of burst damage, but of course does have a time lapse. There's the Eclipse, and Illidan, he gets back just in time, but it was kind of close. Beaver, not so lucky. Moogie still goes down.
Hey, man, that's worth very to the limit. 10-minute runes up here. There was some chaos down bottom. Kaka kind of pushing in. It's going to allow him to get that bounty rune.
Might cost him his life, though, and it will. Now the other bounty rune gets snagged. What did they?
Stampede?
Stampede.
They're trying to. They thought Weaver was up there, I think.
They smoked. They're looking for him. They will find him. They drop the sentry.
He's dead.
Out comes the disruption, and he does die. But
all right, they gotta figure out that
1-1-3 at 5. Obviously, he will pick up Demonic Purge at 6. So very curious to see when this disruption will actually get maxed out. Could be a rotation coming on to G. There's Kaka. Scouts it out. The dagger comes, and the Pony Boy is going to be put to rest here. Yeah, but Warlock, whoa, the turn. Big fatal bonds. Is it going to be enough damage? Faith with the disruption. SCCC does TP home to safety. Kaka, 18 stick charges. Looks like they might only get the kill on Faith. So when it's all said and done, I think Newbee pretty happy to trade a support for the mid-lesh. And also, it's a big rotation from Spirit. The Weaver is pressuring
Nubee's coming in here, though.
Uh-oh. They catch Doom. Nice hook stop from KP and a Lucent Beam to find it. They might Boogie. He's got a Yasha.
He's got a Boogie.
He's pretty fast.
Oh,
he's eating through
he wants
trees.
to dump this ulti.
He wants to TP, and Doom will stop that with a Split Earth to boot, and nowhere for Moogie to go. Kaka heading back to his side to grab that other bounty. Dark Rift used to take the mid. But now the Centaur ult, they want to initiate onto the Doom. Do they have the damage? With SCCC, they sure do. KP sets it up, and SCCC cleans it up. But now the Cavalry's here. Spirit, they want more. Faith on the run, has the bugs, and they'll find that kill there. 7-8. Spirit striking right back.
Had this ward down here, but now they know this is where Luna's playing, so we need this vision. This will give him the kill on Moogie.
There's that initiation with the rock. No Doom, but they probably won't need it. Eclipse doing some pretty good return damage. Moogie falls, but Kaka is in the fray. Now Kaka falls, but Beaver does get clipped by the ult from SCCC. G trying to TP home. It looks like he will be successful, and on the other side, Faith gets brought down by the Weaver, who's able to time-lapse back to safety. A 1-for-3, pretty disastrous.
A little bit of split push action down bottom from SCCC, forces them back.
Yep.
Faking the ulti, though. Thinking about it.
There it is. It comes out. Silence, though, onto the Weaver. Do they have the burst damage? They do. Weaver's down. So is the he dooms the BKB target, and you're like, well, I was BKB'd. It actually wasn't really that bad. Now you guys can't
no one else
because no one else can follow up. So it kind of swings both ways, but you make a fair point. KP down bottom, initiated on and brought down. Doom used on the Queen of Pain just as she wanted to blink away, but I don't think the follow-up is going to be anywhere nearby, and Quap will live. Still a good pick on the Centaur as the rest of Newbee group up in that top lane, and it looks like they'll be able to grab a tier 1 tower of their own.
Well, it is to support Doom too, so he couldn't really get the quick Shadow Blade. He's just going to go for the Blink Dagger, and this is going to slow it down. He's 5 gold away. Live! Live, boy!
Sweet.
Oh, you got it. He's good. If he presses the buy key.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to hold it for now. Underlord with the Dark Rift. He's going to rotate in, and Faith will be the one that gets brought down. KP getting chased down by Illidan. It's a twofer. And just like that, Spirit pulled back into the, back into the lead.
So a great time for them. They're happy Team Spirit are in there, I am sure.
Yeah, and they do not kill Roche quickly. Illidan kind of breaks this smoke.
They get the Orchid on the Warlock.
There's the Pit of Malice. Who did he doom? Did he doom an illusion? Oh no, now Spirit though, they could be in some trouble. Kaka with a decent ult, they're getting the Underlord very low. The ultimate from Warlock does break things up a little bit. KP now getting repelled. Both teams with very low heroes, but a good hook stomp on the Illidan. There's the Orchid, and they will bring him down. However, it costs them 2. Now buyback.
The second fight in a row there. So Spirit lost their initiation too, because the quick Orchid from SCCC onto the Warlocks kind of broke that up, and now...
Speaking of Orchids, it's back on the Doom. The BKB gets debuted, and the Soul Burn will bring down the Beaver. Now Roshan getting poked by
right behind them.
Kind of an awkward angle. It looked like a great way to initiate, but Beaver actually doesn't stay on the high ground, and now they've got this window to initiate. They jump on the Doom, but it's a big Warlock ultimate. It actually stuns 5.
Fatal Bonds.
But is it going to actually matter? Now Phobos goes down, Kaka getting low, and it looks like it will matter indeed. The Doom buys back. He uses it on Luna, and it is going to secure them pretty close to a 5-man wipe. The Quap does live.
Where Team Spirit has a really big edge.
Well, high ground siege commences. Illidan on the front lines, chipping away at this tier 3 tower. Already has it down to about 2/3 HP.
Radiant boys need an urn, though. I will say that.
I could definitely agree there, but Weaver initiated on again. Big chaotic offering breaks up the fight. Time lapse keeps Weaver alive. Beaver and Kaka trade their lives, but Newbee on the back foot. BKBs have been used. KP pops the Stampede, but it won't be enough to survive as the Disco Ball Leshrac does the big AoE damage.
And that was without a Doom getting off in time as well.
There are 2 buybacks available on Newbee, but they're not on the heroes that are dead. So it is going to be a 4v3 for at least the next 25 seconds until that Sand King respawns trend. Yeah. I think this is at least 1 lane of barracks.
Oh, any more kills here? FNG's got the 60% XP talent as well. Looking for those big 20 and 25 talents. A hero that gets a little ludicrous in some of those later levels, like those magic immune golems, can be very hard to deal with.
I jest it, you know.
I know, because you want to be godlike. You don't want to die.
I never go into a team fight going, well, I died, so at least I had that talent. But here's the fight. He used the Orchid straight away on Illidan. He survives through it. That'll be his time lapse. G getting low with his BKB on, and they actually bring him down. He has to deny himself. The mass exodus now begins as Phobos channels the ultimate, and they lose 2. Very strange initiation there from Spirit.
Felt rushed maybe to create something while the Aegis was still there, and then it...
And a Crimson Guard on top of that. Good luck. Working on this Warlock is kind of the dream, but now the initiation, the counter from Beaver, but in comes all of the ultimate. It's Spirit that's going down hard. Doom as well as the Underlord have already fallen, and G now gets repelled as well. Newbee completely hold the high ground and decimate this fight. A super chaotic exchange. It looks like every ultimate was just dropped at the same time, but it ends up being a 4-0. And I'm pretty sure Luna just popped the ult, sat in the back line, and was just bouncing glaze.
50 with the Shikuchi.
Plus 200. Illidan charging forward. Lincoln's gets broken. Newbee on the defensive here as Weaver charges up the high ground. Nice BKB as Beaver jumps in. Luna does get doomed up, but she's doing a lot of damage. Quap drops a big ultimate as well. Buyback from the Sand King. They are going to bring down Phobos, and it looks like this is Newbee's fight, but they're all so low. The Luna will get cleaned up, and as Weaver comes back in, it is Spirit that actually take this one. A topsy-turvy.
But Doom's back now, so it's okay.
Well, yeah, it comes back right as Warlock Golem's down now, so that's
perfect.
Oh, but they find one of the trees. It's S-triple-C.
He gets left behind, though.
And now he's just going to kill the Doom, it looks like. Doom uses his BKB to get rid of the Orchid, and G does end up going down. It's coming down to plays. Like, I think Spirit is just executing a little better. Doom's had a couple misplays. You know, we've had a couple fights that weren't perfect, but generally speaking, I think Spirit are handling these fights a bit better than Newbee. And these pickoffs are allowing Spirit to do a little bit more. Up top, Kaka uses the ultimate as Illidan just being a nuisance. And down bottom, the split push is just too much for Newbee to deal with, my friend. Initiation onto Mugi. The Doom, it gets used on the right target this time, and the pretty lady Luna gonna have to head back to the well to survive through this. Now that bottom lane of Barracks is exposed, they want S-triple-C. He will BKB and get pushed back, but this bottom lane will probably fall as the Weaver also got the tier 3 in the top lane. They are simply getting picked apart as they find the kill on Faith. The game might not end here, Trent, but just like that, it's a 14K net worth lead. Well, gosh darn it, I think this CIS squad might do it.
Yeah, now looking that way.
The big jump onto Lesh. G getting low, but hey, that's a Yule Scepter. That'll buy him a little bit of time. Illidan also getting low. Does survive. G not so lucky. Now, S-triple-C did buy back to make this happen. Beaver, I don't know what that was.
Game ending.
Oh, wow. He's got 4,500 gold. That's pretty darn close. He's also got a gem in tow. Oh, no. Here's the initiation onto Quap. BKB used.
Oh, no turn there from FNG. Attempting to use the ultimate, especially right now.
They're going to keep pursuing. There is a Scotty up on the Weaver. S-triple-C, no BKB, does make it back, but KP looks like he'll be left behind. Perhaps TP, they've got the interrupts. And that'll be the end of the Centaur. Mugi in the tree line. We'll go ahead and head back to the base. They need creeps to break the backdoor protection.
Ooh, Illidan. Dangerous.
Sure is, but he's got support nearby. Beaver, he misclicked the Doom onto a Lincoln's. Mugi with the BKB. He's going to try to survive this fight, but Illidan is just outmanning him. Kaka and Mugi both down. Buybacks are being used if they've got it, but Sand King will be short. Megas are inbound, and Newbee looking to make the final hold of the game. KP back alive, ultimate up in 10, but here's the setup onto Luna. Mugi just out of options and out of HP. It's a dieback for the Moonrider, and Spirit have taken game 1 of this best of 3.
Woo! All right, 47 minutes, but they get it done.
Wow.
Well, I would say...
is chaotic the right word for that game? Because that is the only word I can think of.
Fatal Bond, but it's not terrible.
You can make that case for pretty much any core here. You know, they have a good lineup to shut down position.
Well, they're down with the core
Whippy set. Now, this is a cheap one. So there's a lot of rare Dazzle cosmetics out there, and this is one of the lowbrow sets.
Unacceptable.
So
he's got that cool immortal thing, though.
That thing's worth like 50 cents. It ain't shit. If it's not gold, I don't want to hear about it.
All right, I got you.
So what about this mid matchup though? Ember Spirit and Visage.
Visage, Dota.
Is it Visage dominated?
Well, I don't know. It's not really dominated, or else they wouldn't go for the pick. It's fine.
So it's a wash. Is that kind of the
I'd say it's pretty wishy-washy. But then Visage, he gets the levels going.
Beaver. Is this going to be the first blood? It's going to be close. Not going to be able to TP in time. It's the first blood. And actually doesn't go for it. All right. That would have been pretty close. He had 120 HP. It does 160.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't at least try it.
It's a lot of mana, though.
Very true. Going to go back in onto Illidan as down bottom, though. That'll be a dead Faith as DK Phobos connects.
For the most part.
These are those moments where Warlock can feel a little underwhelming in the lane. It's like, sure, the heal is really annoying, but it's not enough to just straight up win them the lane against this double stun combo. This damage is just too bursty for the Warlock to reliably heal against. And here, they're going to find him again. Oh my, this bottom lane is turning disastrous for Newbee.
I mean, I've seen Spectres live against these lanes, and it's just like, all right, this is broken, Well,
level dispersion is quite a thing, compared to a gyrocopter, but I'll let that pass. Dazzle. There we go. This time he connects with a Hadouken. And bald, and it's just disgustingly ugly. He used to have a Mohawk built into his base model, and then they put the Mohawk into his sets.
Sorry, buddy.
It's awful. It's one of many cosmetic bugs I can't handle. Warlock down bottom, too much burst damage. Again, Trent, was it positioning this time, or is it that the Warlock can't quite do it?
Looked like positioning, but...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
A tithe to the impurities.
Oh, how do they fix this bottom lane? Do they just hide under the tower? Is it?
Well, like, look at Warlock. What's he doing?
You're not
Am
wrong.
I crazy?
Well, at first I actually thought you were crazy, but now that I'm seeing it again, this is like the third time he's been caught out way too forward. And
like,
the heal just,
why?
it's simply not
out there. I don't know what he's doing.
And of all the duo, this is a really aggressive offlane duo, right? This is one where you need to be extra careful, because you know if you get clipped by one lightning, one stun, that follow-up's going to be there. Now up top, Lion, initiated on by a gust. Dazzle does not have grave. He actually went for heal at level 2. Drops it across, does some decent damage. I don't know that grave would have been enough to really change things there, but still an interesting build out of FNG, throwing a lot of right clicks onto Kaka.
Slider is coming for the party. I don't know if he's going to be here in time to catch him. Oh, actually, with that cut in from Kaka, he will be.
Yeah, Kaka goes to the low ground, and now with another poison touch, this is going to be a kill. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Beaver rotates. Not yet 6. He's still just shy, stuck at level 5. Slardar finds a stun on Doom up top. Dazzle rotates in. Look at this build from FNG, Trent. 2-0-2. Meanwhile, down bottom, Beaver. That's going to be a homing missile under the tower, but hey, he had some raindrops. Not enough to save him. Faith.
Oh.
Pull ahead like this, it's so easy to pressure the tower.
Yeah, he absolutely cannot do anything.
You know, it's like Death Prophet. Sure, you can pop the ult, but you kind of want to rotate. You need to be careful up in the top lane. We will see that initiation come out onto the Drow Ranger. She survives a little bit longer than planned, but Phobos can't quite get there in time. They will turn onto Kaka. They've got the right clicks to make it a 1-for-1. Not I. Now Newbee rotate down bottom.
They still just have G like sitting mid though. Oh, easy.
Dead Lesh, yeah. Plenty of burst damage there.
Like it on the one hand, oh, KP. This time they'll hit the crush.
This time it should be a pretty easy kill with the Drow Ranger rotating. It's only a level 1 Frost Arrow, but that's enough. Now back into the Radiant Jungle. They're going to go in onto G. Call down gets queued up. The Bird's trying to buy him some time, but he's stunned, taking Rocket Barrage to the face. His Bird's going to get killed as well. Oh, that was an uphill miss, actually. That's unfortunate.
I just don't really like what G was doing.
Farming very aggressively in enemy territory with no vision nearby. Yeah, it was pretty high risk, low reward. Now Faith will get caught down bottom for the...
He's 300 gold behind Visage.
Yeah.
And he's going to be tied after this tower.
You're right. It's actually insane how quickly it's recovered. And now, G, is he going to come down and walk to his death again? The call down's been utilized. Slardar is trying to slither his way in, but there's the ult from the Warlock. Phobos finds the stun on Gyro. Investment there for the Sentry Ward. Now down bottom, they will mount a defense. And Slardar, Beaver on the way in, set up onto Faith. They find the stun. Lion trying to break it up, but it seems Warlock will get left behind, and G... I guess Maelstrom's pretty shit on Ember now, but
tower is under attack.
still. Meanwhile, Lesh in a little bit too far forward. Beaver kind of following suit with the same sort of plays we just saw for. He's got the Aghanims queued up.
Is under attack.
Almost now number 3 on net worth. Down bottom, Slardar connects with the crush onto Ember, and wowzer.
Down here with the Grave, so protecting G in his very aggressive position while they head mid, looking to catch the heroes rotating over, but it's only 2. And it's versus 3.
Beautiful stun from Lesh on 3. The call down connects onto Phobos. And Phobos is going to be able to live. No, it's a beautiful Warlock ult. FNG can't grave him in time, but they do kill Mugi. KP going in deep. He'll go down as well, but they also lose Beaver. It's a pretty even trade thus far. The Dazzle in the background is dropping the heals. It was not...
You're forcing down this tower. You try and cut off people who are coming through that really common rotation from the mid lane. They didn't expect it to be the entirety of Newbee.
That was so greedy from Ilform, was just pissed away because he walked into darkness from the low ground, Trent. That's what we call low risk, no reward. Or high risk, no reward. Uh-oh, Faith. Getting chopped down by Phobos here. I don't think Phobos is going to have the damage to find a solo kill without help. Needs to be a little careful because there are TP rotations from the Radiant. Ember's on the way, so is Moogie. Slardar too far forward. His team is inbound, but he's going to die before they get here. Another one of these situations for Spirit where they're just not quite on the same page. If they can get SCCC, that would be huge, but they can't even do that. Now on the other side, TP out, and Warlock.
Because it's every attack from your slight, so the speed doesn't matter.
No, you're right, yeah.
So it's totally fine.
I'm not an Ember player, as you can see. Okay, fair enough. I redact it, Trent.
Thank you for the redacted.
And FNG, he might barely live. No, gets finished off before he can grave himself, but he will buy back, wants to TP to this shrine. And Newbee on the retreat. They've lost their Doom, and maybe even more. With Dazzle here, Moogie's going to be able to TP home. Slardar has the blink, jumps forward, and Warlock, he'll get brought down. So, another one of these...
Right now.
They can find the opening. Spirit's still positioned pretty defensively here. On the other side, set up onto the left track. Beaver all alone. Because they saw how much power it has when you're clumped up like that in the last game when they were playing it. So maybe just respecting the nature of that mechanic, but now Lion gonna get caught solo the other way. Kaka gonna try to TP out. It's gonna be close, but no cigar as Phobos wakes up. I'm more just questioning the timing.
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit weird. It's like it's a little more damage on the lightning proc, but
yeah.
lets you farm faster though in terms of like when you're not slighting.
Well, that's true, no doubt. Well, tier 2 mid. There used to be a tower there. It's gonna stay standing for now as Doom comes out on Visage and the Warlock ult. Lesh getting pretty low. Moogie doing big damage off to the side, and Spirit bit off a little more than they could chew on this one. Beaver does get the Grave, and it's actually enough to turn the kill onto Moogie, and now with the Aegis used, can they finish off G? Doom up on the high ground. He'll be next to get brought down, and G is just a little bit too tanky. It's a 2 for 2 after losing the Aegis. Courier gets glyphed there.
Zone there.
Illidan wants it, but can't quite get there. So without the Aegis, that would have been a bit more disastrous for Spirit. Very odd positioning that's set up for Newbee to get a good initiation, but in the end, really able to capitalize that hard. We saw that the Grave on Lesh.
With the catapult, they're going.
They're in. Buybacks are available on Newbee, but with 10 seconds left, you really don't want to use them. This is the conundrum of Drow Visage right here. They're hitting this timing. They eviscerate the... Or they're just going to fake back. FNG's smoke gets broken as he drops some wards. This is a very interesting bait from Spirit, but it might work as they go in onto KP. The follow-up's there from Lesh. The right clicks, and KP goes down. Buyback is available on the Doom. Homing missile does connect on Visage.
Risky business, man.
Spirit are super committed to this, though, and they want to go.
Kind of want to wait for Aegis.
10 seconds on Glyph. G, the call down, it's going to do a lot of damage. BKB popped by Moogie. There's the shallow grave. They get the kill on Kaka. Buyback now by Kaka. Dazzle in a lot of trouble without a grave. Limited on heal. Double buyback, but they lose Moogie. These Visage Birds just hit too damn hard, Trent. Big time economic damage done to Newbee.
Wow, thought that was kind of like nearing the end of it there for them, but right now, Moogie, bad news. SCCC will come on in there and clean up Biva, though.
Yeah, no saving.
He can't even do anything.
He honestly, he's like afraid that this is bait. You know, if there's somebody up on the high ground that's just going to come in and he gets triple stunned, that's a kill on the Doom. So, understandably nervous. Faith, though, yep, he's invisible, but obviously the corrosive haze counteracts that.
Yeah, pretty good.
There'll be another kill on the Warlock as that top shrine does go down. Bottom shrine still standing. Spirit getting a little bit more control over the map.
Until he decides to just send the birds down. I think bots are the play.
Yeah, he did go for the blink before the Mjolnir. So
I mean, the blink he needs for high ground defense. He needs damage. I think they are approaching, so he has to fight. Currently, Roche is what I'm interested in.
Is Dazzle going to be in some trouble here? FNG hit by the homing missile. Can't grave as he gets hexed. And SCCC here from Spirit holding the high ground. They've got a siege creep here also. Phobos breaks the blink, blinks away. Phobos uses himself, but the Doom comes out on Visage, and they're just going to lock down the Doom. He's probably going to be the first one to fall in this fight. FNG will get brought down as well. BKB is now expiring. Illidan in a lot of trouble, has no way to escape. It ends up being a 1 for 2. And they, okay, 2 for 2 now as they grab one more on the backside and maybe another. The Ember gets clipped. And there it is, a triple kill for G. The cleanup commences and Spirit have taken this fight. Faith gonna get caught by the Corrosive Haze, and it will set up the ultra kill for G. The high ground. Dire Observer, Radiant Sentry.
Grabstrat's doing it.
Yeah, like however.
She's gonna do a lot of damage. She can just like two-shot that building.
Yeah, Slardar jumps in just to try to make a little space, but they commit to the back line. They obliterate the Drow. It's a great hold from Team Newbee. G pops his BKB. Shallow Grave TP can be interrupted by the Dazzle. Can they get more out of this? There's the stun on the Visage, and it looks like they will bring down G as they dust him. Beaver also on the run, does have a Yules, and he'll make it back. Now the Aegis gonna bring Visage back to life, and that'll be the end of him. So Newbee.
Successful endeavor for them so far.
Yeah. Smoke now purchased by Dazzle. Here's the initiation. Are they gonna be able to bring down the Lesh? The Doom comes out onto Slardar. They also drop the rock. It's looking bad for Spirit. They get Phobos, but they need more. Dazzle drops the slow onto KP, trying to make space for Illidan to survive. Illidan with a decent gust knocks him back. Like Beaver dies off on the backside, so it's a quick 2 for 0.
Ooh, the gem too.
That hurts. Starting to. I don't know if Newbee can do this, Trent. They don't have a Warlock Golem here. They don't have Doom. Illidan cannot afford to die though. Kaka with that Eon Disc. Where's the team for Spirit? FNG on his way in. Shallow Grave comes out, but the upheaval so helpful here. He doesn't have the Force Staff. They lose FNG, now the buyback used there. Kaka did end up going down to G. Can Spirit turn this fight around? G with the BKB on, trying to do what damage he can. The Golem comes down as Warlock falls, and this time Phobos dies again. Starting to feel like Spirit just don't have the resources. They're getting cleaned up at their own shrine. Now the TP in from Beaver, one at a time as they jump to their death. Newbee secure a full 5-man wipe. Perhaps is Beaver going to live through this? They're all low on mana. One more right click from Mugi ought to do it.
Oh, the Glimmer.
Nice Glimmer Cape.
They have the gem though.
And that'll be the end of it. So all 5 of Spirit die.
Counter initiation from the Warlock. They have to hop on top of like this gyrocopter, and suddenly there's just no help. No one can get doomed, which they haven't itemized really. I mean, the Drow has, but
Visage has Hex now. They do grab S-Triple-C.
Well, that's one way.
That's a start. Opening. But what is the play for Newbee? I mean, are they waiting out next Roche? I can't imagine they'd want to wait that long. Oh, maybe this is it. G pops the BKB. Doom's in relatively deep, but Faith gets a big ultimate on the back line. Some follow-up Fatal Bonds. FNG might be the one that gets left behind, but the rest of Spirit's still alive. No buyback on FNG as S-Triple-C is in deep, and he's going hard. The Leshrac has fallen. He does have a buyback, but now Slardar, he's doomed with BKB on. He's going to try to run back to the well. The buyback from the Lesh. Game not over quite yet. Spirit need to get something out of this. But I don't know. Visage can kind of just run down the mid if there's not backdoor protection and just kind of destroy the tier 4s.
That is possible, I suppose. I feel like they're just...
Like, he has an AC and everything. You know, he shreds buildings. Oh. Here's the initiation, though. Dazzle getting low again. Stunned up. Dead. No buyback. This time short on goal, but they do kill KP. A trade that's not bad for Spirit, especially if they can get more here. A 4v4. BKB from G now on cooldown. S-Triple-C connects on 2. That'll be it. They repel. Dazzle.
It would be
only
so
misplays.
much work from the Slardar to get that done.
Only through misplays, I think, is the way. FNG, ooh, he's going to get caught out again. I don't believe there'll be a buyback on this Dazzle, and they will have to let him go.
Look at that lineup.
Yeah.
That is definitely the key. They're hunting for Illidan.
I think they're going to find him. He's got the glimmer, but...
They got a gem online.
And he doesn't have a buyback. Uh-oh.
All right.
Okay, so into Roche.
the pit.
Into Roche. Is there any way Spirit can contest it? Do they have any kind of opening here? Spirit have a rapier. I mean, Butterfly is something on Drow, but it just seems... He's got 2,100 HP. I don't know. Now Mugi moves into the enemy base. Big damage coming out. They force the glyph. Now the rock comes. Doom gets used onto Slardar. They've already killed Dazzle, and this bottom lane will fall. Looks like this could be the end for Spirit. It is a 4v5. Buyback used by Slardar. Dazzle does not have one. Short on gold. BKB, remember, a double damage is on Drow, or it was. Looks like it just expired. For BKB, also going to be done. Such a tough hold to make as now Drow gets initiated on. The cooldowns are there, and Illidan finally goes down. No buyback available. It's looking good for Newbee to be able to secure this game now. Crimson Guard delaying the push a little bit. Doom used. Slardar again will fall. This time it's a dieback. With only 2 left alive, Spirit are running out of resources. There's the buyback now on the Visage. Lesh not going to have the gold, and they go for the tier 4s. GG as a game 3 is secured.
Well, they played it right to the bitter end. Even when it felt completely out of strategy they went for, they battled. They got Newbee to make a couple mistakes, and maybe they're just tiring him out.